Several Heartland lawmakers weighing in on today's news, including Nebraska U.S. Senator Deb Fischer. She posted to X in part, quote, "Maduro was an indicted dictator for crimes of drug trafficking and narco-terrorism. I understand he is now in U.S. custody and will answer for his crimes." She thanked the president and troops for a successful military operation. Nebraska Congressman Don Bacon said in part, quote, "The operations last night are great for the future of Venezuelans and the region." He went on to say, quote, "Freedom and rule of law were defended last night, but dictators will try to exploit this to rationalize their selfish objectives." He pointed specifically to Russia and China. Iowa Governor Kim Reynolds posted in part, "The decisive, quote, the decisive action taken by the president finally brings Maduro to face justice for his crimes and defends our national security." The chair of Iowa's Democratic Party said in part, quote, "Our brave soldiers in the United States military once again proved they can achieve any military objective they are given. The president's words this morning make it clear this was not a one-off operation. This administration wants to take over and run Venezuela," end quote. We've gathered reaction from several Nebraska and Iowa lawmakers. You can read through their statements online at firstalert6.com.